Hello ladies and gents, and today we are looking at the latest Tier 8 Swedish premium medium tank, the Lansen C. Now I'm a little bit late in getting this video out because I've had a few things real life to deal with, so you may have already seen it, you may already have it, you may have come up against it, and obviously there are some comparison videos stat-wise that are already out there. So all I'm going to do is give you my brief overview and a bit of gameplay towards the end to tell you what I think about it. So if I give you a brief stat overview, and that's based on the 100% crew that you get with it. It's got a nice 105mm gun with an ammo capacity of 65 shells, so if you get through them you've done really well. It's got an average damage of 320 hit points with its average penetration of a standard AP round of 208, which is a little bit low, but you can deal with it. Its premium round is APCR, which again does 320 and has an average penetration of 242. And then if you manage to pen with your 53mm of penetration with an HE shell, you'll do a nice 420 damage. Its aiming time is 2.5 seconds. It's got a rather large dispersion at 100 meters of 0.38, so you do get some random direction shots if you try a snapshot, but it's got a real nice gun depression of 10 degrees. What it also has a slight issue with is the traverse speed of the vehicle. That's a little bit slow, so traversing round to try and get tanks that are circling you, you might struggle to keep up with them. Also, the shell flight of the AP round is 930 meters a second, so getting some leading shots, you've got to be pretty accurate with them, especially taking into account the dispersion time. It's got a 4-person crew, being a commander, a gunner, driver and a loader. But your commander is also your radio operator, so you've got to train quite a few skills with this crew member to get it where you need to. If you're going to go with Brothers in Arms, Sixth Sense and repairs, then obviously you've got to look at situational awareness and recon to increase the view range, because it does have a particularly good view range. It's also got, as it says here, a decent concealment, but obviously it's a medium tank, so don't rely on it. But the concealment of the moving vehicle is 12.65 and the view range is 380 meters, which isn't bad at all. It's got 1,350 hit points, signal range of 710 meters, and if you sat still your concealment is 16.87. Now this is the good bit. It's fairly mobile. I think it's quick and it gets there. Its engine power is 680 horsepower, but its specific power is 28.4 horsepower per ton. I said at a slow traverse speed. Yeah, on its tracks it traverses at 40 degrees a second. Its top speed is 50 kilometers an hour and it does 20 kilometers an hour in reverse. But like I say, with that 28.4 horsepower per ton, you do get up to your 50 kilometers an hour really quickly. In terms of its armor, it hasn't got a great deal, as you can see here. 60 on the front of the hull, 70 on the turret, but it's nicely angled and you will get some funky bounces, which you'll see in the gameplay a little bit later on, which you wouldn't kind of expect. If you look side on, it's only 35 and 70 on the turret and 40 in the hull itself. Now if you want to purchase it, then at the moment it's on a pre-sale, so you've got to have a premium account to buy it, and it comes in 3 different packages, being the tank on its own, then various different ones increasing in price, and also you can buy it without the Wolf of Odin skin. I personally like the Wolf of Odin skin because I quite like the barrel with the wolf's head on the end of it. Depending on the bundle that you purchase, it can be quite expensive. Now, if you were to buy the Wolf of Odin on its own, in UK money, it's £34.21. But if you were to buy it without the skin, it's £24.34. So if you buy it without the skin, then you're saving yourself £9.87. So what he's saying here is to purchase the skin for the vehicle is £9.87. Is it worth it? I don't know. If you like the cosmetic appearance of that vehicle, then maybe so. The choice is yours. It's your money. You decide what you want to do with it. Now I've actually got a fairly experienced crew in mind. It's the one that's in my Primo Victoria, which I am training up for when the new Swedish medium branch comes out. However, I have got Brothers in Arms, situational awareness, and I'm working on recon in my commander. Also in the tank itself, I've got a gun rammer, I've got vents and vertical stabilization. The difference that has made is it's brought my reload down to 7.9 seconds, my aim time down to 2.29 seconds, and it's increased my DPM to 2,528. Also, in terms of concealment, when I'm stationary, it's now 19.87%, and when moving, it's 15.65%, but my view range has increased to 411 meters. But what I will do now is I'll show you my first game in it. Now, I've played in it a few times since then, which is why my Mark of Excellence mod is showing what it is, but this was my first game, and was there any relevance in putting an Ace Tanker video in? I don't know. I think it's just worth putting in your average gameplay, win or lose, to see what kind of revenue you can expect from the Tier 8 premium vehicle. So, let's have a look. As you can see here, I have spawned on the southeast corner of the wonderful map that is Empire's Border, and the first thing that you can tell is that I've got up to speed really quickly, and I'm up to my 50 kilometers an hour straight away, and I'm already being asked, is the Lansen C worth the money? And I put, don't know, it's my first game, but I've decided to go up the hill, and because of my 10 degrees of gun depression, I thought it's going to be good to take this up onto the ridge lines. Now, granted, it's a Tier 8 game with some Tier 7s, but with the amount of armour this thing has got, it doesn't really matter. Pretty much anything that's going to hit me will pen, so we've got to play it pretty well. And I thought I'll take myself up here because I can shoot down on anything that is there. I might expose my lower plate, but I've also got the depression. Another Lansen C has got me and proxy spotted me as well, so I'm just going to fall back, and I've got the support of a Leo with me, which looks very similar to this tank, to be honest, the Tier 7 Swedish medium, and I've been hit by Arty for 317, but gun depression wise, take a shot, put it in, 363 into the enemy Lansen C, which is nice, and I also pick up 239 spotting damage on the enemy IS. So I'm just going to keep patrolling this top ridge line, seeing if I can get any shots in. Zoom it in, and another shot for 328, which is nice. And again, I've been hit by the Arty. Well, that should be interesting with the new changes that are coming. He pokes his turret up, he hits me for 311, but I hit him for 290. That's a fair trade. He's down to 225 now, but we've got a big fat Oni coming up here, and I'm assuming he's going to have the HE derp gun on it, as most of them do, and that's going to wreck this tank because I'm down to 500 hit points. But take a little aim because of the IS. If I can hit his cupola at any point here, that is some nice damage done. So I'm just holding on to this rock line to try and not get hit by the Arty anymore. So we'll just move it up and see if we can hit it, let it aim in, and there we go. We hit the IS in the cupola for 354. So I'm up to 1,335 damage already, which is nice. Let's see if I can hit the IS, but he's driving up the rock. A speculative snapshot, but nowhere near. But I've got a Centre Mail giving me some support up here now there. Lansen C is a one shot, but it depends on what this Oni is doing. The IS is down to 203, so we could finish him off. We could finish the Lansen off as well, which we do for 225. So I've taken that Lansen down. I only have 1,350 hit points, and all his has gone. The Tiger P has killed the IS, and that leaves the Oni to be killed at some point, and we hit him in his lower plate for a nice roll of 371. However, we are 3-7 down. Remember, I said I'm not going to be putting in Ace Tanker replays, wins, losses. I'm going to put in how I feel best to showcase this tank itself, and at the moment, to be fair, I'm really enjoying it. I like how mobile it is. Yeah, you get used to it having no armour, but I like the gun depression. I like how heavy the gun hits, and I think the tank itself looks nice. Now, there's a Progetto 46 who is on his own, and I'm going to see if I can get any shots onto anything across the valley, but the SU-101 is dodged in behind the building, but the Borsig is sat there, and I can put one into him for 334. However, we are 510 down, 2,265 damage, and we are pretty much surrounded on this hill now. So it's paying attention to the minimap to maximise the amount of damage and kills I can potentially get. So I'll poke out. Speculative shot on the 45 TP, don't get him. There's also a 110 down there. And, well, it's me, a Tiger P, Black Prince. Oh, and I hit the Leo for 345. That was nice. And a Hawk has just appeared. Now, he's not looking at me. I can auto-aim him, and with this gun depression, I can take him out. I also look to see that that Oni is on 113 health. And the Tiger P is on 1450, my ally, which is in good for support. So if we go on this Oni together, we can kill him, we can take him out. I take an aim at the lower plate, I miss him, and he hits me for 426. But I've got a great reload, put him into his track, through his track, and finish him off. So I'm at 2,895 damage with 3 kills, but we are 710 down. Well, we're now 711 down. So I'm going to go back up, 712 down now, so I've got to go back up the hill and try and do what I can. Because damage, kills, it's a way of making credits, and that was a nice snapshot for 174 onto that T20 straight into his turret. However, there's me and the Tiger P left. He carried on going round and I went back up on to this hill. But there's a lot of tanks left, and I've only got 142 hit points. All the time I'm just waiting to be hit by the SPG, who, to be fair, has only got a sneeze on me and I am dead. So I'll try and use the ridge lines as much as possible. There's one of our dead tanks there which is causing some, well, protection for the enemy, but I killed the 45 TP for 112, so I'm up to 5 kills at least. Let's try and see how we get on. Can hit the back of the 110 for 301, which was a nice shot, but I'm spotted, and the Tiger P can hit me. In fact, I'm a one shot for... Whoa, what was that? The RHM Borzig had just bounced me. Well, there you go. If you look at the actual wargaming video about the Lansen C, it tells you if you have certain angles, you will bounce on the front of this turret. And to be fair, I've had it a couple of times now where I've got bounces from where I did not expect them, especially from a Borzig. I snapshot and missed him, but he bounced me again. The issue we've clawed it back to 1013. However, it looks like we are going to get camped out, and I was hit by the GW Panther for 72, and that's the end of the game. Unfortunately, it is a loss, but let's see what we got for a loss with it being a premium vehicle. So a whole host of medals. Even though it was a defeat, I managed to get 92,498 credits and 1,279 experience. Plus, I've got a nice little Win8 mod that told me I had 6,389 Win8, which I will take. I wasn't quite top damage on both teams, but I still got 3,544 damage with 5 kills, and it was the 45 TP on the enemy team that got 3,722 damage, so well played to him. So if we dig into it in a little bit more detail, I fired 18 shots, I hit 14 and I penned 13 for a total of 3,544 damage, and only 334 from a distance of 300 meters or more. I received 4 hits, 1 penned. Obviously I received a load from Artie, and 2 that didn't pen, and that was from that RHM, the tier 8 tank destroyer, which I did not expect to bounce that total of 980 hit points worth of damage. Spotted 2 vehicles, damaged 9, destroyed 5 of them. I had 291 assistance damage, and I travelled a distance of just over 3 kilometres. Now I'm running a premium account, but without premium it would have been a gross profit of 61,665. However, gross with premium, 92,498 credits. Take off the repair and resupply without premium would have been a net profit of 51,003 credits. However, it's premium, So it was 81,836 credits, which is not a bad haul for a third class defeat. But again, it's a premium tank, so you're expecting that kind of revenue, which is why I thought, well, I'm not going to put in a ace tanker or a first class. I'm quite happy to put in a loss, just like I said in the game, to showcase the potential revenue you can get from these premium vehicles. So non-premium maximum experience 775, however with premium 1163. Bonus for the premium was 116, so total with the premium was 1279. So again, that was from a loss, so I was actually really happy with it. Now, do I recommend the vehicle? Now, I say this at pretty much the end of all of my videos and all the premium tanks. Do I recommend them or not? And to be fair, all I'll say is it's your money. If you want the vehicle, you go out and buy it. I really enjoy it. I like the way it's a little bit of a brawler. You can't really call it a long-range sniper because the dispersion of 0.38 over distance means, like I say, you could be shooting on mines and it lands in Himmelsdorf or something like that. But get a decent crew in it, and, well, obviously you're going to be training it up for, well, potentially the new Swedish medium line, and it becomes a fun tank. Do you know what? I actually think this is a fun tank to play. It gets up to speed quick, got 10 degrees of gun depression, great gun, really nice alpha, decent reload on it. Obviously, all those positives, you take the negative with it being squishy, so you're going to get shot a lot. But I really enjoy it, and if you've got the money to spend it, then yeah, go buy it. It's a different tank compared to like the Primo Victoria, which is the other Swedish premium, totally different in pretty much every aspect. So if you like this style of gameplay and you fancy this tank, then you've got a premium account, you can buy it now. Otherwise, you'll have to wait until it's on full release in the shop at a later date. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll catch you later.